Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's CDA. My name is Cynthia, and I will be analyzing markets with you today. Kindly note that this CDA is proudly brought to you by Okta. So if you haven't invited your friends, families, and other traders to join this CDA, kindly share the link with your loved ones, your friends, families, traders. Of course, we rise by lifting others, so kindly share the link with everybody, your contact list, your family, your friends, and what have you. So I'll give you 15 seconds to quickly share the link on your various social media platforms, WhatsApp, IG, and the likes of them. 15 seconds to do that before we proceed from here. Let others benefit from what you're benefiting. All right, so while you are in process of sharing the links to this video with your friends, we'll just head straight to the chart, right? So I will be analyzing the dollar index this morning and what we call Dixie. So down to our weekly time frame, right? You can see that dollar is still very bullish and has been reacting off 78.6% fib level. Although it got to this fair value gap right here, price tapped into it and is reacting off it. This is just a slight reaction, but on the weekly time frame, I am of the opinion, and I have a bias that dollar has the incentive of trading to fill up this fair value gap and take out this high on the weekly time frame. All of this reaction is just because price got into this fair value gap and is reacting off it. So down to our daily time frame, right? We can see that price is currently bullish, obviously bullish. There's a fair value gap here that price has the incentive of trading into. So firstly, my first point of interest before going bullish is that price has the incentive of trading into this other block before going bullish. And secondly, price has this incentive, the incentive of trading into this fair value gap too, filling it up before going all the way up on the daily time frame, right? So for the 4-hour time frame, beg your pardon, sorry. We can see a gap here, a fair value gap. There was a fair value gap at this region. Price got into it, disregarded it, and I'm suspecting that price is going to fill up this fair value gap, trade properly into it. Price tapped into it, of course, but I have the incentive and the bias that price is going to fill up this fair value gap properly before going up. So for the short term, I am quite bearish on dollar for a short term before riding it all the way up. So I am looking out to take short sales, very short sales on the dollar before going all the way up. So, and we always know that we buy from discount. So price should trade properly into this gap before going to the upside, right, on the 4-hour time frame. So just as I said, I am looking out for short sales on the dollar this morning. And you know that we always sell at premium. So if I was going to take this trade, the trade left me before I could see this playing out. I was going to, draw my trend line here where the base was formed. And you can see that price also tapped into this fair value gap here. So I will draw my base here, my line here where the base was formed, and then head straight down to 5 minutes and look for variation. So there's one variation here. After this variation closes, I would have been confident to take this sell, but I wasn't on my chart when this played out, so I missed out on it. But you should look out for more entries to sell the dollar this morning. That's it for the XY. Down to GU. On the weekly time frame for the Euro USD, from point A to point B, can see that price is reacting off 61.8 level. I am looking out on the weekly time frame. I'm looking out to actually sell EU. So down to our daily time frame, what do we see there? We can see that price took out this liquidity or this range. Price broke out of the range. And for the daily time frame, I want to see price trading properly into this fair value gap for the meantime. So of course, there's liquidity residing up, and this liquidity has been taken to the downside. I am expecting that this liquidity residing up should also be taken out before price sells properly into this fair value gap that I marked here. On the 4-hour time frame, there's kind of an eye of FED here. Although price tapped into it and is selling off, but I want price to properly fill this fair value gap here. So I am seeing a short-term buy for price to come and properly fill this fair value gap here on the 4-hour time frame. So same thing, I'm looking out for buys on the Euro USD, short-term buys, not for the long-term, short-term buys for the fair value gap on the 4-hour to be filled. And we always buy at discount. So where would I have been confident to take my buy based on my strategy and look out for a base here, mark out my horizontal, my trend line, right? Move down to 5 minutes and look out for variation, right? I can see a slight variation here, right? So once this variation closes, the variation has closed already, I would have been confident to enter this trade. So look out for other buy entries on the Euro USD, sorry, the GU, I beg your pardon, the GU, and then look out for short buys on it, your entries, and take it off from there. It's a short-term buy, 20 to 30 pips, and you're out. Don't stay long. My end in tears if you stay long. Right? Sorry. So I am not so clear on what EU is doing, but I am very clear on what GU is doing. So since I'm not clear on what EU is doing, I'm just going to focus on GU and look out for my buy entries, right? So Lekon, do you have a different bias from what I've just analyzed? Okay.
Has been since early this week.
Yeah.
Has just been doing its strong thing up and down. However, we still see some little, if you are scalping, just do whatever you want to do as fast as you can and get out of the market. Not the long move that we do before. Like someone would enter, risk just 20 pips for 200 pips TP. But now is not looking that way now.
Yeah.
You just risk your 20 pips and you see 60, to God be the glory. So that's what we just, tend to get out of the market a few days now until we now see, okay, we've now resumed a trend move, then we can easily follow everything up that way. The great one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll be calling on my colleague to analyze the other pairs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the top-down analysis brought to you by Value Flow Trading and powered by, of course, your favorite broker, our favorite broker, Okta. I don't shout favorite broker too much. They've given me one polo. So you too, be sending the links to this TDA to people and be shouting about it so that possibly more goodies will come to you. More goodies, more than even what I'm wearing, possibly in cash and in kind. Now over to the top-down analysis for the remaining part of this London session. We're going to start, of course, with gold, and then we're going to look at the yen basket, and finally GBP JPY as a reference to other yen pairs. So starting off with gold, looking at where gold is on the daily time frame, we're seeing that there is still this overall swing that gold has not taken out. If you remember yesterday during the New York session, we laid emphasis on the fact that gold is in a very long range, a very wide range, all the way from this level to this level. It's about 1,600 pips. That's crazy, man. It's 1,600 pips. So we're waiting to see where gold is going to go to after it breaks out of this range. So because this is a daily range, I would like to usually take my trades from the 1 hour so that I'll just look at what's going on the 1 hour. That's what we call the now trend. And if I see what's going on the now trend, I'll be able to take advantage of it as fast as possible. So even on the 1 hour time frame, we're seeing this last swing, right, from this place, from the swing low all the way to this swing high. So there's so many ranges on the 1 hour and on the daily time frame for gold. Also on this, I would want to see what price is doing, because this range, after this kind of range, what we expect to see afterwards is a breakout of the range. Okay, so the range has not shown us clear direction as to where market will be going to. Originally, I thought that after price has burst out of this place, it should be heading down for this low, but you can see that gold is gathering momentum to the upside. So if you're trading gold, I'll urge you to trade carefully and apply extra proper risk management. Take note of the word extra and then proper risk management, because this guy can turn things around, whether for your good or for evil. Regardless, it's still a very good pair to trade. So I would want to see where gold is heading. Looking at it originally from what I can see currently on the chart, I think gold is going to be heading all the way up. There are some levels that it has not mitigated, one of which is this other block that released price to the downside. So price gold has not mitigated that level, and that level also coincides with the left shoulder on the right. So I think for me this morning, London session, sorry, I will be looking to trade gold all the way to this level. I want to see it mitigate this level before I leave it alone. All right. So remember on previous sessions that we've analyzed gold, we're always tilting towards the buy, and the overall destination is this place. Okay. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, it has not shifted. It's not giving us a clear shift in market structure yet to the downside. So we'll be looking for buys to the upside on gold. So let's look at 15 minutes quickly so that we can check if there are any possible entries for gold this morning. Okay, so looking at what price has done, before price makes its move to the upside, I'm suspecting that gold may come back to clear out this liquidity all the way to the downside to give a decent retracement on this move, on this swing, before moving further upwards. Okay, so it has given us 50% retracement, which is good. So I would want to see it bust out of this 0.00 level of fib. If it busts out of it, so that it will give us a new fib from maybe somewhere from here to wherever it busts out to. But if it doesn't, then it should come back and clear this guy to the low. Okay, so for fair valuation of price, I would want to see gold retrace, or maybe all the way to this place here. Let me put it back on 15 minutes time frame and give actual levels. Okay, now this is where I want to see gold retrace to, possibly this level right here, this 61.8 level. If gold doesn't break this high, I'll be willing to sell gold all the way to this level. If it doesn't break this high and comes back to give me a shift in market structure on lower time frame, maybe 5 minutes, I'll be willing to sell gold all the way to this level. And from here, I'll be willing to buy it all the way to that left shoulder that I showed you earlier. Okay, so this is where I'm willing to sell gold to. Should I start seeing a clear break in market structure? I'm willing to sell gold to this level and then allow it to continue upwards to take out this high. Okay, so this is my outlook on gold. First, break of structure, sell to this level. Second, buy from this level all the way to the left shoulder above. So this is my outlook on gold. Let's see how it's going to play out today. Now over to the yen basket. If those of you who joined, this thing is off again. Those of you who joined the TDA for New York session yesterday, remember on the yen basket, we said we were looking for a buy on the yen basket. Let me go back to the daily. Okay, we said we were looking for a buy of yen basket. If you remember yesterday, we said we were looking for a buy of yen basket all the way to this level. All right, and for GU and for GBP JPY and Euro JPY, we said we're looking out for sales on those two. Okay, so we're going to check out how those things has played out. All right, so this is the level we said we wanted to see a buy of the yen basket to. That was the first level, and this is the second one. Okay, so these are the two levels, this other block and this mitigation block right here. These are the two levels we said we wanted to see the yen basket buy to. And then on the 4-hour time frame, we saw it also very clearly. We said we want to see how the yen basket is going to buy into any of these two levels. Okay, and now currently we are seeing how price is pushing to the upside all the way to these levels that we have marked. So for this London session, yen basket, I want to see it buy into this level or even further, maybe tomorrow into this other level. But for today's London session, I expect to see the yen basket trade into this level right here, this one that I've marked. Okay, so quickly let's look at the GBP JPY and then Euro JPY. So for GBP JPY, if you remember also, yesterday we fibbed this level all the way to the upside and we said we wanted to see price at discount before we continue buying this currency pair. Okay, if you remember, we also highlighted this other block and this fair value gap and then this old low. I made some markups on GBP JPY yesterday, but they are all out of the charts. I don't know why. Okay, so this is the level where I said I want to see the yen GBP JPY trade into this whole daily level right here before I start buying again. Okay, so we want to see GBP JPY trade into this level. So I'm still bearish on GBP JPY. I want it to trade all the way to this level before I start looking for further buys on GBP JPY. Okay, so for the intraday analysis, I'm seeing what price has currently done. I would rather, if you're not in the trade already, I would want to wait. And by the way, if you took the trade, kindly let me know in the chat box so that you know that you're getting and you're using the value that we are sharing with you. So for GBP JPY, this is where, if you're not in the trade, this is where I would urge you to wait for price to get to this level right here. If price gets back to this level, then we'll be willing to go short again. And if it decides to go and break, because I'm seeing this liquidity point right here, and then this left shoulder above here. That left shoulder also coincides with the bullish order block there. So if GBP JPY doesn't respect this level, it should come to this level. So if I see a retracement into this level, I will be willing to sell. If it stops me out, I'll be willing to also sell from here. So currently for today's London session, I'm expecting some retracement of GBP JPY after this expansion during the Asian session. I want to see a retracement to this level or this level before I sell GBP JPY again. So currently I'm sitting out. I'm just waiting for GBP JPY to give me some decent retracement before I sell this pair again. Okay, and that is all for GBP JPY. And finally, Euro JPY. I have very similar outlook on Euro JPY. It's almost the same thing. Okay, trade to this level or come back to Okay, although it's looking like price has returned to this shoulder, but we didn't see the clear break of structure at the first instance. Okay, so this left shoulder is still a possibility for GBP JPY. You may see price trade into that level before we may see price. The person complaining of network, please kindly let us know, because you're the only one who has complained so far. I think every other person can hear me clearly. So for GBP JPY, I would want to see it retrace into any of these two levels. Sorry, for Euro JPY, I would want to see it retrace into any of these two levels before I start going short again. Currently, there's an expansion. Those on our FX bootcamp, you know that after an expansion, we have to wait for a retracement. This expansion broke structure. So clearly and surely, the network has been a little messy since yesterday. It's a national thing, and most service providers have apologies in that regard. So just be with the country. We'll get better. All right. So that is what I'm looking out. This is what I'm looking out for Euro JPY and GBP JPY. We called out the sell yesterday, and you can see it already selling. If you're not in the sell, you can wait for the retracement, and when it shows up, we'll continue selling to the downside. Okay, so that will be all for these two pairs that we are currently analyzing. One of the reasons why we don't usually add USD JPY is because of the fundamental role it plays. All right, it plays a very key role in terms of fundamentals. So many times it could be affected by fundamentals. So we usually just leave it out until we are very clear on where we are going to. Then we'll apply it in our TDAs. Okay, so for now, we'll just stick with Euro JPY and GBP JPY, which always shows us clear direction. At this point, we would want you to start asking your question. And so mind you, before you start, or while you're asking your question, or while you're typing your questions, I want you to know that as we're doing our top-down analysis, we have specific entry points and specific exit points based on what we have analyzed. So anything we're analyzing here, if we're saying GBP USD short is what we're looking out for, the exact place where we're entering and the exact place where we are exiting, we have a premium or a dedicated group on Telegram where we share these specific entries and exit points. So everyone who is on that group trades alongside with us. So if we are saying we are selling GBP JPY, the exact place where we are selling it and where we are putting our TP, our stop loss, and how we are managing the trades, we'll send it all on that group. And then to join the group, you don't need to do so much. All you need to do is 3 things. You don't need to bring 2 people. Only 3 things you need to do. First is to sign up with our preferred broker, which is there on the chat box. Second is to fund your account with $500, $1,000, all the way to $20,000. And then when you do that, you send us a screenshot as a proof that you funded your account. And within 3 minutes, you're going to be added to the group. All right. So make sure you do that while you are typing your question. At this point, we're going to take commentaries from our boss and then take questions from our beloved listeners. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, CJ. Good morning, everybody. There's not much to say today. Today is the last day of the month, so be careful. You have what we call month-end flows. For those of you who have been trading for a while, you will notice that every end of the month from about, if it's a 30 or 31-day month, which is typical, from about the 29th, 30th, you start seeing the market behaving funny, you start seeing whipsaws, you start seeing sharp moves to the downside, sharp moves to the upside. That's because there is portfolio rebalancing for month-end flows. Then if that month-end now coincides with the end of a week, a Thursday or a Friday, you see even more manipulations because they want to close the weekly candle above or below a particular level. You also have your options expiry, the rollover of the contracts. So it also affects volatility. So typically, if you don't know what you're doing, it's best to stay out or choose to take trades that will last just one session as opposed to holding on to trades for too long. Today is 29th of February, so we may see some of that. I'm saying so in case you see sharp moves, then you'll be like, which news triggered this? Which news triggered this? It's not news per se, as much as it is, excuse me, month-end flows, all right? Now, that doesn't mean you can't trade. Volatility is how we make money in this business when the market moves. But what it means is if you see sudden moves and you cannot figure out why the market is moving, just know that it's a month-end flow and it coincides with a week-end flow, all right? I hand this over to the guys back on the floor. With regard to the yen, fantastic analysis. I'm also waiting for those pullbacks, and I'm waiting for the correlated assets to also align. I'm waiting for the correlated assets to also align. I'm looking at inflation. I'm looking at inflation instruments. I'm looking at things like the bonds and all of that for them to align and confirm sentiment. But yes, into next week, I won't be surprised if we find the yen finding some level of strength, some level of support. That's the yen basket index, and that should make the yen pairs come down a little bit to clear liquidity levels that is created as it was moving up. Back to you, CJ. I don't think there's anything else that I have to say. Please invite more people to join. Find out about our bots, find out about our prop passing, find out about our prop account management, and avail yourself of all the services we have made available. Share your ideas, share your thoughts. In as much as we're the ones leading the TDA, we don't have the whole monopoly of knowledge. Some of you here are really great traders, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. But if it diverges too much from how we trade, then we may not listen to it. If you are a retail, if you use moving averages, for example, or if you use indicators heavily, for example, yes, they work, but we are not discussing it. What we are discussing here, liquidity concepts, sentiment and correlation analysis, and smart money concepts, just basically liquidity, structure, sentiment, and sizing. All right. If you trade that way, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. All right, then. Over to you guys on the floor. Cheers. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir, for the valuable insights you always bring to the top-down analysis. We really appreciate. And then thank you very much, our listeners and those who always joined the TDA, especially those who have been very consistent in joining the TDA, both London and New York session every morning, 8:30, and every afternoon by 3 p.m. We really appreciate you all, and we want you to keep spreading the good news of this TDA. We want you to become evangelists of this small ministry that I'm opening today. Forgive me, that's very. So please share this TDA link with everyone, as many people as possible, so that many others will take advantage of it. All right. So we have a few offers right here that are still open, and just to inform you, anytime we are opening an offer, it is usually very limited. Okay. So once the time is up, we close it. Even if it is one day and we get enough people that we want, we close the offer. Okay. So we have the FX Bootcamp training coming up. The live training is coming up. Already we have the training, the online training is already running. The live training is also coming up. Now, all the analysis, all the concepts that we are teaching here, we have them on the FX Bootcamp, from the one that Cynthia mentions, the one Demola mentions, Leko, Abigail, and myself, even the one our boss mentioned. They are all in the FX Bootcamp. So we'll teach you the strategy and we'll show you how we are analyzing each of these pairs beyond what we even do here on the TDA, so that you can apply it to any other currency pair you want. We've seen many cases where people will come up and say, can you analyze US 30? There's one guy that I've been looking for. His name is NASDAQ. He usually joins this TDA. Please, anywhere you know him or anywhere you see him, tell him that I'm sending my greetings. So for you to be able to analyze any pair using any of the strategies we are teaching, whether you want an indicator-based strategy or price action-based or structure-based strategy, we have all of that in the FX Bootcamp. So do well to enroll. The price is 150,000 naira, but currently there's a discount until the training starts. Once the training is about to start, there's no discount. You pay 150,000, but currently you can pay 125,000 naira so that you can be a part of the training. Saving 25,000 naira is going to do you some good at this. So make sure you enroll for the training. To do that, reach out to us via our WhatsApp line. You're going to see it right there in the chat box. WhatsApp us on 081 60 99 50 30, and we'll get you enrolled for the FX Bootcamp. Tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a family member, to tell a spouse that the FX Bootcamp is one of the very best things that will happen to you in this season. And that will be all for today. Thank you very much for joining the TDA. Once again, the specific entry and exit points from this TDA are going to be shared in a closed Telegram community where we share all our markups and all our trade insights and trade signals. If you want to be a part of it, do the following things. Sign up with our preferred broker using the link in the chat box, and then fund your account. Once you funded your account, you send us a proof that you've done so, and in 3 minutes, you're going to be added to the community. Thank you very much for your time. Today is Friday, so those in the community, you know what Friday is. Friday is the day for withdrawal. So today is Thursday. How I want to withdraw. Forgive me. So tomorrow, don't worry. Tomorrow we'll make that announcement. I really want to withdraw. I want to go and buy something and relax and be taken care of. Okay, so that's by the way. So those on the TDA Plus group, don't worry, calm down. Tomorrow we're going to withdraw. Thank you very much. Do you have any course to sell? Yes, it's the FX Bootcamp. The FX Bootcamp is the course that we have currently going up. And then what is the difference between the FX Bootcamp and Value Flow Model? Now, the FX Bootcamp is a course that teaches you how to run your technical analysis in a very orderly manner using 3 different strategies to arrive at one particular point. While the Value Flow Model teaches you how to do your sentiment analysis. You know, when you're trading Forex, there are 3 basic analyses you need to do. There are 5 overall, but there are 3 basic analyses you need to do. The first is the technical analysis, the second is sentiment, and the third is fundamental. Value flow trading models are going to teach you how to do sentiment analysis. FX Bootcamp is going to teach you how to run your technical analysis. All right, so there are 2 separate courses, but if you want to combine them, there's a discount you get when you want to combine them. To know the discount you're going to get, send us a message on our WhatsApp line, and we're going to give you the discount. All right, just tell us you're coming from the TDA group, and we'll make sure we give you that discount. So the value flow model is 125,000. Sorry, the value flow model is 150,000, while the FX Bootcamp is 125,000 there. So I hope it is clear. Mr. Abiola, you that is asking this question, I want to check and make sure that before the end of this week, you have enrolled for this course. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Until we meet again, New York session, 3 p.m. is the time. We wish you good luck and good trading. Remember to apply proper risk management, and we would make sure that everyone comes out on top. Please, how much is the price of the course? The FX Bootcamp is 125,000 naira. 125,000 naira only. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Until we meet again in the afternoon. Cheers and God bless, guys.